Welcome once again. Welcome to Living Well. I am so excited that you took the time out to be here with us so you can learn about how to take care of your body. You know, this platform is here to express the goodness of God, express how wonderfully we are created, and how to take care of this wonderful body that was loaned to us. So before we start, I just want to say our disclaimer. Our disclaimer states that what we do and say here today is for educational purposes only. We want to educate our community. We want to educate you in how to take care of yourself, how to keep your body healthy so that you can enjoy good health. So what is said here today, if you want to research it further, that's fine. If you want to discuss it further with your doctor, I encourage you to do so. And we are not doctors. We're not here to diagnose or to treat any problems, but just to give you information that we have researched, that we have maybe read about or experienced or from the Bible. So that's basically our platform, is what our platform is for. Today is a bit different. Today I would, I always like to hear what the audience thinks. So today we have 2 or 3 of our audience members going to be telling us what they have learned so far from coming on this platform week after week as we present things that they have learned, they have heard, or maybe they have improved on since they have been attending our meetings. So we have Lenore Parker, Josephine Johnson, and Juliet Mack, who have graciously accepted the challenge of coming and discuss the things that they have learned so far. So, we do this every week, and we want you guys to improve your health. We're not here just to tell you stuff and then you just go about your merry way and not change. So we really like to know what changes you have made in your life since you have come into our platform. So we're going to start off with Lenore. Lenore Parker is a registered nurse. She's now retired, but she used to work in with premature babies, NICU, they will call it. And also she, in her, just before retirement, I guess her last years of nursing, she worked with the school system where she helped monitor and plan programs for the school system. So Lenore, with your vast knowledge, I'm glad that you took the challenge of telling us what you have learned so far, what changes if you made since coming to our platform.
I have learned quite a bit. I'm still making the changes, so that's a plus. One of the things that really impacted me the most was the recent focus on genetic screenings. That was really deep for me, was very powerful, and I've shared it with several people. I did go ahead and get the testing done, and blessings for me, there was nothing found that was cancerous at this time. There was some questionable item, but they said that's not significant. But I think it's so important for us to know, because if you prevent these things from happening, your chances of living a healthier, longer life are much more increased. So I thought that was one of my the most impressive ones that I've seen. The one where I forget the doctor's name, where she spoke about breast cancer and how it affects us disproportionately. That was really deep too. We have denser breasts, and sometimes we're misdiagnosed. And I thought that was a good one as well. And of course, the other presentations about health, like the dyes. I knew something about dyes, but I learned more. And then Dr. Pearson and his wife, I don't know if she's a doctor too, but when they spoke last week, I didn't get to see the whole thing, but that was very powerful. I'd like to see more, things like that, where we're told about natural remedies versus just using traditional medicine for our care. And that's all I'm going to share right now. Maybe somebody else can share.
Well, thank you, Lenore. I'm so glad that you were able to take the to get tested, because it's so very important for us to to be in that preventive mode. So once you know what to look for, and once you know what maybe your history, your past history, your family history is like, you can prevent. Not because your family history predicts that maybe you might be a diabetic or have cancer, it does not mean that you will go down that same path. So it's so very important for us to take advantage of those treatments, of taking care of ourselves to prevent diseases. And that genetic testing is so very important. So they do it every third Sunday at the North Orlando Church, where you can go, I think from 8 to 10, where you can go and get tested. It is not invasive. I think the saliva test that they do is simple. So I encourage you, those of you who live in the Central Florida area, you have that opportunity. And those of you who do not live maybe close by, there are other centers that do these type of testing. I should have researched that before coming on, but I did not. But I'm sure there are other centers that you can go to and get done free of charge.
I'd like to share something else about that when you're finished.
Yeah. So I encourage you to do that. So Lena, what you said?
What I was going to add is they not only do the screening for DNA there, they also do regular screenings like cholesterol, blood sugars, blood pressure. They do all that at the same time while you're there. So you get a full screening at the same time.
Right. It's good to know your numbers. As I just said, knowing your numbers will help you to prevent further disease, further problems down the road. So very important. I know, Leno, you follow a healthy lifestyle, and I'm glad that although you follow a healthy lifestyle, you were still able to learn from what we present week after week. That's very encouraging. Thank you for sharing. Anything else you want to say, Leno?
Nothing else right now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for sharing. And our next person, we have Josephine Johnson. Josephine is a regular member of our Zoom Zoom platform. She also presents many times. She has done different presentations on various subjects. Josephine is a registered dietitian. She is also retired, and she spends her time cooking up delicious dishes and sharing it with her friends and family. And, I just love to go by her house, and there's something she made that I always enjoy. So Josephine, I'm glad that you are here today to share with what you have, changes you have made. I know also you follow a very healthy lifestyle. You do basically everything we talk about here. That's how you live. That's what you do. But then again, it's so good to know that although you follow a healthy lifestyle, there's still things that we can learn from, that you can learn from. So, Josephine, since coming to this platform, can you share with our audience some changes that you did or took place in your life to improve your health?
Okay, thank you, Emily. Good afternoon to everyone. One thing that stood out for me is the brushing, the dry skin brushing. In 2020, I was suffering with neck pain, very intense neck pain. And I went to this chiropractor and nothing was happening. Well, that one I didn't have to pay because the government paid for that. So then I was told about another chiropractor who is very good, but I had to pay him because he wasn't in their scope of reference. So his techniques, they were working a little bit, but when the young lady from St. Croix came on with the dry brushing, I tried that on my neck. And I realized for the past couple of weeks, I've been doing it on and off, on and off. My neck pain isn't as intense. Sometimes I'm wondering, where did it go? But I am continuing to brush. Even today in church, I was feeling a little stressed and I started to do the dry brushing from my neck down to my armpit to clear up the lymphatic system. And the pain went away. I didn't even know it went away. But I was in church doing that. Nobody thought I was, thinking, what's wrong with her? Why was she doing that? But I was trying to get my neck pain to go away. And that's what I do. And for different parts of my body, I will try that. And I'm glad that she did. I don't have a brush. I use my fingers to get the lymphatic system going. I want to let us know that this platform is a very good platform. One of the things we can incorporate into our lifestyle to make our living more tolerable. I want to thank all the presenters and those who are helping us. May God continue to bless us.
Thank you, Josephine. That's wonderful. I tell you, I get so excited when I hear what this platform has done and is doing for the members who are frequently coming week after week to hear our different topics. And I know Dr. Sankey, is also pleased because week after week, we get together, we pray, we really intercede, asking God to help us come up with topics that will be informative and that will be able to bless our audience. We really take this very seriously. And thank you, Josephine, for sharing that, because it was Myrtle Rogers who gave us that presentation on dry skin brushing. And from what she was explaining, how important it is to get that lymphatic system moving, because the lymphatic system does not have a pump. Like the heart has blood pumps through our body because of our heart. The heart acts as a pump, so it can get blood throughout the body and help, blood flow so things don't clot and move sluggish. But the lymphatic system, on the other hand, doesn't have a pump, so it has to flow. And we can aid it by doing this dry skin brushing. Once you do the dry skin brushing, it helps improve the lymphatic system to move freely throughout the body, so it doesn't clog and cause inflammation and pain. You might find a lymph node swollen if your lymphatic system is not working properly. So by doing those brushes, it can alleviate pain, like Josephine just shared with us. It helps with improving circulation. Once circulation is improved in a certain area of your body, then blood flow comes in, and more blood flow brings nutrients, and nutrients bring healing to that area. So it's so very important. Simple things like this. Look at how we can improve our health. So as we come week after week, let's take these advice and these little nuggets that we give week after week and implement it in your lifestyle so that you can have a better and healthier lifestyle. I thank you for sharing that, Josephine. And then the next person we have is Juliet, my sister, Juliet Mark, is also going to share with us some of the things that she have learned. Well, let me start from here. It was last year, November. Juliet's lifestyle was completely different from what her lifestyle today. She was in a state of health was declining. And she realized that if she did not do something, or she doesn't do something drastically, maybe she wouldn't have been around, according to what she said. Or maybe she would have been in a position where she was not capable of taking care of herself because her health was declining so much. I can give you an example. I know she told me her hemoglobin A1C was 12. She was taking 9 different medications plus insulin. And today, her life is completely changed around. I know we did a presentation, was earlier in the summer of this year, and I guess we did that presentation. It was on changing walking shoes, changing pills for walking shoes, exchanging pills. So she has gotten off her medications and is now living a healthy, vibrant life. And I just want her to, give us an idea of how does she do that? Because, change is hard to make. And once you make that change, sometimes it's hard to continue, on um, that road of change. But Juliet has been consistently, but I shouldn't say consistent, but sometimes maybe things might not be consistent, but she has changed her lifestyle and now is living a healthier life, and she can look forward to many more years. So, Juliet, how do you do it? You have the floor.
Okay, I'm sorry. I do not know what's going on, but my picture is not coming. Thanks for what you say. To live up to what you say. But to start with, before I say anything, my sister told me about this platform. I did not want to join the platform because Saturday was my day of rest because I used to be so exhausted. So after church, I used to sleep. I had no energy. So after all these months of listening to what she was saying, what the presenters were saying, I decided to have a change of lifestyle. My friends who know me know that I will say my plate is not complete until there's dead flesh on my plate. That was one of my sayings. But through this program, I have learned to change. So what Carol want me to talk about is lessons I've learned. The first part of it. Okay. During, due to my lifestyle, I have made a complete change. I have more energy. I do not even take naps on Sabbath no more. So things I have learned from this platform is that I am in control of my health. Nobody is in control of my health but me. And I could control my health by eating healthy foods, by exercising. Those two are better than taking meds. I should have said the first thing was God's help. That is what keep me on track. Other things I have learned is to surround myself with positive friends, people who will keep me going instead of derailing me. An example is I have a few friends I go out to eat with. First, I should say one of my rules is I eat 2 meals a day. And the latest I try to eat is at 3 p.m. And my friends know this. So when they say, let's go out to eat, they want me to choose where to eat because they know a lot of foods that the restaurant serve, I am not going to eat. And they also make sure that when we go to eat, I finish eat by 3 o'clock. So that is example of having friends, a group who will support you and who will encourage you. My 9-year-old granddaughter is even in on this because she would say, you cannot eat meat, you cannot do this. So having a support system is good. Every day I have to make a conscious decision at the beginning of the day that I have to have good eating choices. To me, it's best for me to plan my meals ahead of time, even prepare my meals ahead of time. Because if your meals are not prepared, sometimes when you're hungry, you want to just grab any and everything. So you are not sticking to your plans. One of the methods I use is when I go shopping, I make a grocery list. Because when you go to the store, you are tempted to pick up things you do not like, you do not need. Something look good, let me pick this up. And that's how that's how I could get derailed. One thing I have to do every day, I have to exercise. Now, the secret to exercising for me, I have to do something I enjoy. Because if I choose an exercise plan that is not what I do not enjoy, I will want to give up. Also, I have different types of exercise. Walking is the main one, but I will also do water aerobics a few days a week. I will go line dancing. I have a yard man. I had a yard man for years. This year he told me that would be the last time he would be cutting my yard. So I took that as an opportunity to cut my own grass, because that will be a form of exercise. What I do too, I like to look where I was before and look at the progress I made, because that keeps me motivated to keep on going, because it's my intention never to get back on all of these meds. So the thing is, I do not like complicated stuff. So I have to cook meals that are simple, not prepare meals that you have to do all of these steps, because to me, that will discourage me from doing that. How I learned what to eat and the type of food to eat, I love to look at these vegan shows on YouTube. And I have known based on my experience that living a healthy lifestyle can be done. It is doable. Now, I have also learned that at times when we feel hungry, I learned it from this platform, when we feel hungry, it's actually our body is craving water. So at times when we want to eat, it's better to drink water, and that is more beneficial than eating things you should not eat. Then I had to be willing to learn to try new things. I never used to eat bell peppers. I never used to eat mushroom. And I found out though.
Go ahead.
Okay. I found out that these things are really good and they do not taste bad. So those are the lessons I have learned. Now, what am I doing? What changes I've made in my lifestyle and what I am doing to stay on track? I already said I eat 2 meals a day, and I try not to go after 3 p.m., but I think I could push it until 6, but I try not to do that. What I have on?
No.
What I have learned is by the time we go to bed, our food's supposed to be completely digested. So that's why I eat no later than 3 o'clock. Now, I have to drink water. Water is very important. And wherever I'm at, I have water next to me. Either in my bedroom, in my car, I always have water with me. And I bought this large bottle that will mark how much water I drink per day. And that's how I'm able to keep up with my intake of water. I already talk about exercising, and I talk about different types of exercise, so I'm not bored. I stay away from fast food, sugary food, and processed food. I prefer to cook my own food, because if I cook my food, I know exactly what I'm putting in that food. Again, I said my food is very simple, no extra 10 steps or stuff like that, because I will not do it. Now, I try to avoid stressful situations because I know my trigger is when I'm stressed, I eat. And most time I will eat things that are not good for me. So I try to avoid stressful situations. Also, I have a plan in place. What do I do when I'm stressed? Do I go for a walk? Do I listen to music? Do I go on the computer and listen to something that is funny? So I have a plan to do when I'm stressed instead of. Then I know also that I am human. So at times I will falter. But when I do that, I should not use that as an excuse to just keep on eating the wrong thing. I have to consciously admit, yes, I do this. What have I learned from faltering? How can I prevent that from happening again? So to me, my lifestyle change is an ongoing process, a daily process. At times it had to be an hour by hour process, but my long-term goal is never to get back to the unhealthy way I was and all of these pills. One more thing I'm going to say, since this change, I have more energy and I feel a whole lot better. That's it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Juliet, for sharing. Wow, you have told us a lot. And it is so very important for us to look at our diet as a lifestyle change. I'm glad that you're looking at what you're doing as a lifestyle change. Your diet is not a diet just to lose weight, but is a lifestyle. You are going to continue this. And I'm glad to see that you're making conscientious effort to do that. You have a plan. You first you put God first. You have support systems around you, and you stay in tune with what's happening with your body. And when you feel that anxious or something is not wrong, you take charge of it. Very, very good admonitions that you have given us. And I'm telling you, I'm so proud of you because I see where you were last year and where you are today. And it's only God. First, we have to give him the praise for giving you the desire and for you to follow his will by, taking such drastic change. As I mentioned before, your A1C was 12. Today, your A1C is down to 5.6. What a drastic change. You know how many people try, even if they're on medication for the insulin, for the diabetes, I should say, they still having trouble bringing down the A1C. And what you did by changing your diet, getting off of unhealthy foods and sticking to it and exercising, you were able to reverse your diabetes. I know people say that it's hard to do that. Maybe it is hard, but it's not impossible. That's the key. It is not impossible. I know you talk about you eat 2 meals a day, and and the rest of from after 3 p.m. you basically go on a fast. And I did some research on how important it is to fast, because we do not need to eat all of this 3 meals a day. I don't know where I think this came about, this 3 meals a day came about from, culture, really. It is not something that we have to do. We can consume enough food in 2 meals to keep us healthy. So fasting is something that research has been done, and it shows that by fasting, intermittent fasting, that is, You can promote blood sugar. It promotes blood sugar control, reducing insulin resistance. It promotes better health by fighting off inflammation. Inflammation is one of those chronic, cause of chronic diseases. It also enhances our heart health by improving our blood pressure, triglycerides, and cholesterol level. It can boost our brain function and prevent neurodegenerative disorders. It aids in weight loss, and of course, we're reducing calorie intake and boosted our metabolism. It also increased the growth hormone secretion, which is vital for growth metabolism, weight loss, and also for muscle strength. Also, intermittent fasting helps with longevity. It said it could extend our longevity, and it may aid in certain cancer prevention. And it also increases, if people are doing chemotherapy, because it increases effectiveness of chemotherapy. So just by doing that intermittent fasting, Juliet, you have really enhanced and extended your lifestyle, your longevity. So thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing.
I'm sorry, can I say something about, you keep talking about intermittent fast. One of the results I have seen really with the fast is weight loss. Because when I started this a year ago, I was between a size 24 and 26. And now I am down to size 18 and 20 clothes I wear. So right. Yes, the intermittent fast to me is simple to do. I never thought I was going to be able to do it. It's a mindset. We change our mind.
Yeah. Yes. So thank you, Juliet, and thank Josephine and Leno for sharing the experience that since they have been attending these Zoom presentations, that they have learned from it, and also not only learn, but they have applied it into their lifestyle. And I know many of you maybe have similar experiences. So I am going to open up the platform now for questions and for anyone want to share anything at this time. Okay. You can raise your hand. You can write it in the chat. Let me see something in the chat here. Any, okay, so no one? Okay, that's fine. So I just want to, again, say how much Dr. Sankey and I appreciate you all for coming week after week and for sharing your time with us. And our goal is to present topics that are worth your while coming, topics that you can learn from and improve your lifestyle. Our goal, living well, is, as it says, our platform, living well, is we want us to all live well. Because by living a healthy life, we not only enjoy this life present, but also enjoy our future life with Christ. So let us continue week after week. Take something back with you that you hear from a platform and incorporate it into your life so that you can live a healthier, fulfilled life. Because above all things, God wants us to prosper and to be in good health. Okay, at this,
Emily?
Yes.
One of the things, in addition to us practicing what we've learned and incorporating it into our lives, so to speak, is to share it with somebody else. Because not everybody has a chance to be on the platform, but we can share with them and they can make lifestyle changes that can be beneficial to them as well.
That's a good plug, dear Lenore. Thank you for saying that. That is true. So now week after week, you come and you hear what's been presented and you keep it to yourself. No, we don't want to keep it to ourselves. We want to share. So I like that little, I like that plug. So let us share with others. Let others know what you're learning and bring them on. So, you know, we send out the link, we try to send out the link by Friday evening, sometimes Saturday, Sabbath morning. Share that link with your friends and families so that they too can benefit from what is being said week after week. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to stop recording here. And, okay. Are you sure you want to stop? Yes.